Immediately Cynthia stepped in Lagos Park, she called her friends, Juliet and Ify, to come pick her up. Babes, I'm in Lagos. I can't wait to start living this big girl's lifestyle, oh. Cynthia screamed with excitement over the phone. Ah, sure, babe, I trust you now, Ify replied. Babe, just hold on, we are coming to pick you up, Juliet replied and ended the call. Cynthia had come all the way from Aba to Lagos to hustle to become one of those big girls she usually watched on TikTok, Instagram and Facebook. She had broken up with her boyfriend Chima, who could barely take care of her and her needs. Listen to me, Oga, I am done with you. Don't you ever in your miserable life call my phone number again, Cynthia said her last heartbreaking words to him before leaving for Lagos. Now she has stepped her feet in Lagos. Good things like money, phones and clothes should probably be locating her, she thought. I can't wait to finally launch an iPhone and wear expensive clothes and wig, then sit in front of my Odogo's car like an achalugo that I am, Cynthia said, smiling to herself as she watched the busy crowd. Few minutes later, Juliet and Ify came to pick her. Omo, you girls are looking really hot. See your wig so smooth like slick. Cynthia admired them as they smiled proudly. Don't worry, Cynthia. You see all these things are small things. By the time we get you polished then, men will buy out your feet with bundles of money to have you on their bed, Ify assured her. Girls, I really can't wait, honestly, Cynthia said happily as her smile never departed from her face. They took her to their home and Cynthia's mouth could not close as she stared surprisingly at the setting and interiors of the room. There were so many luxurious items, from a good bed, not like the one she used to sleep with in the village, a big TV, chairs, shoes, wigs, clothes, all looking expensive in Cynthia's eyes. So you girls own all these things and you allowed me to continue suffering in the village, eh? Cynthia asked with a semi-annoyed face. But girl, we asked you to come join us, but you said you were so much in love with Chima that you couldn't leave him, or have you forgotten? Juliet reminded her. Girls, please, let's not start with this. Let's all settle down tonight. We're having a big party, and big and wealthy men are going to be available, so we better start getting ready to steal them with our beauties, Ify said, and they all laughed. Odogu's party was the talk of the town in Lagos. It was most popular, happening because big celebrities were coming for the party. Tickets were sold for 50k and almost 500 persons bought it already. Same with Cynthia and her friends. It was the night of the party and the girls were testing different clothes and wig. How do I look on this? Juliet asked. She wore a white straight armless gown. Super hot like pepper, Cynthia replied, glancing at Juliet's shape. The girls kept on testing clothes and they found the suitable ones. On the night of the party, different cars drove into the building as different calibers of men and young women marched inside the hall. Cynthia could barely focus because the guys she saw were too handsome. Cynthia was beginning to love this soft girl life. The party hall was on fire as people danced, got drunk and sprayed money. That was when everything began. Sleeping with people's husbands, going on vacations, buying cars, clothes, wigs, shoes and all the luxurious items she could think of. Cynthia was now a big girl in less than 3 months after she came to Lagos. She became the top girl of Lagos. She was very popular on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, just name it. Her mother in the village was so sick that she became bedridden. Whenever her younger sister, Gift, called to ask for money, Cynthia would say, Gift, you and Mama should stop pressurizing me. Lagos is very difficult. I don't have money, but when I have, I would send, she would always say to them. Sometimes she took pity on them and sent either 5,000 or 10,000 naira for them, which was barely enough. Meanwhile, in Lagos, she was swimming in money. One day, while Cynthia had gone to the club alone, she sat in a corner drinking an expensive red wine while pressing her phone, replying to the numerous comments on her Instagram post. A young man who looked neatly dressed sat in a corner admiring her beauty before boldly walking up to her. Hello, beauty, can I have a little time of yours? The young man spoke with so much literacy. Cynthia raised her face from her phone, staring at him from his head to his toe as if examining him. Yes? She glanced. My name is Fred and I really admire your beauty and I would like us to be friends, and if you don't mind, can I get your number? He asked politely. Without much talk, Cynthia collected his phone and inputted her numbers. "I'm Cynthia," she said, giving him back his phone. It was after 2 weeks Fred called her and she already forgot about him until he asked for them to see each other. He invited her over to a luxurious hotel, making sure she came with a private car. They both made out in the hotel room and Cynthia passed the night there. The following morning when she woke up, she found that he left already and that made her confused. "Maybe he just wanted a one-night stand. After all, he sent my money," she said, looking at the credit alert of 1 million naira on her phone. 1 week later, things were still normal and Cynthia continued her way. "Cynthia, don't you think you should have a physical business like me and Juliet?" Ify asked one day. "Yes, so Cynthia, at least you should have your own personal business so you don't get to depend on men every time," Juliet said too. "Girls, please, I don't have strength to open a business. After all, I'm still young and I can still make home money for myself, okay? So chill," Cynthia said, and her friends left her alone. 2 weeks later, Cynthia didn't see her period as expected and she ran a pregnancy test which came out positive. "Impossible! But the contraceptives are very much active in my body. What happened?" She was surprised. She ran a test to confirm and it still came out positive. She could remember the last person she slept with was Fred, and since then no other man had ever looked at her, talk more of approaching her. She tried calling his number but it said the number never existed, but it was the same number they used in communicating the last time. "Cynthia, this is so strange oh. You have the contraceptive injection active for 6 months and it's just 2 months since you put it. How come you are pregnant?" Ify asked worriedly. "I don't know, there must be a problem here," Cynthia said. "See, you have to get rid of that thing ASAP," Ify said. "I've been trying to, but it's not going out. The doctor said I shouldn't take anything else. If not, it would affect my body," Cynthia cried. Days turned to weeks and in 2 months, Cynthia eventually gave birth, but this child was no ordinary child. The child didn't look like a newborn. Its eyes were widely open, staring at everyone inside the CS room. It didn't cry and it didn't come out with a placenta. It also had 32 complete adult teeth. The doctor and the nurses screamed, but the baby smiled evilly. "Jesus Christ! Which kind pikin be this now?" A nurse screamed. "Blood of Jesus cover me," another nurse screamed. "Ha! Nothing wey my eye no go see oo," the doctor said in disbelief. That was when the misfortune of Cynthia began. Her friends had to throw her out because the child started bringing bad luck to them. She had to stay in an uncompleted building because shame wouldn't allow her to go back to the village. The baby grew, and as he grew, things got worse. He would bite her whenever she breastfed him, until she got injured. She became so poor that she could barely eat a day. Cynthia would cry her eyes out every night to God. She had tried 3 times to quiet the child, but the child had refused to die. Cynthia became so thin and older than her age. She began regretting everything she did and wished she never started this type of life. The end. Please do well to like and comment on this video, then hit the subscribe button. Also, you comment what story you would like me to post next. Thanks for watching. Bye.